This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for October 4th, 2024. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was up 1.25 points or 0.3% to 412.28. Total trade volume was down from Monday with 52,893 shares changing hands at a total value of 262.6 million real or around $64,700. 3 stocks were up on the main board, with the Phnom Penh Autonomous Port leading the market, up 1.82% or 240 real to 13,440 real per share, followed by Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, which was up 0.90%, and CamGSM, which was up 0.82%. On the other hand, 2 stocks were down. The Sihanoukville Autonomous Port dropped 0.84% or 100 real to 11,780 real per share, followed by the Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, which was down 0.62% or 40 real to 6,460 real per share. The rest of the main board, including Grand Twins International, Akleda Bank, Pestec Cambodia, and MJQ Education, remained flat. Over on the growth board, both stocks were down. DVD Engineering dropped 0.48% or 10 real to 2,060 real per share, while JS Land was down 0.29% or 10 real to 3,440 real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 16,251 shares changing hands at a total value of around 121 million real or over $29,850, making up roughly 29% of total shares traded on October 4th. CamGSM recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 11,446 shares changing hands at a total value of 27.8 million real or roughly $6,850, accounting for 20% of Friday's trade volume. In other business-related news, the General Department of Taxation has announced the guidelines for the implementation of tax obligations for real estate leases, particularly those which allow customers to set aside time to construct, renovate, or improve land, warehouses, buildings, or offices for business purposes. The guidelines state that during periods of construction, repair, or renovation stipulated under a real estate lease contract, property owners do not charge any fees or income tax, withholding tax on real estate fees, and value-added tax, in accordance with the contract. Importantly, the time allowed for construction, repair, or renovation should not exceed 10% of the total lease term in the contract. Property owners who have such lease contracts must submit them to the tax administration within 30 days after the date of contract signing. If the time of construction, repair, or renovation is extended, the property owner must apply to the tax administration for review and approval. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD strengthened to 4,059 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly down to 101.89. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose further on Friday and were on track for strong weekly gains as investors weighed the prospect of a wider Middle East conflict disrupting crude flows against a well-supplied global market. Brent crude futures were up 55 cents or 0.7% at $78.17 a barrel. Gold prices were little changed as investors maintained a caution ahead of a key U.S. jobs report that could influence the U.S. Federal Reserve's rate path. Spot gold was nearly steady at $2,659.38 per ounce after scaling a record high of $2,685.42 last week. U.S. gold futures were flat at $2,679.40. U.S. stock futures were flat early Friday as traders looked ahead to the widely anticipated release of September's jobs report on Friday morning. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 7 points or 0.02%, S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq 100 futures traded around the flat line. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for October 4th. Have a great weekend.